Hey everybody, it's Brendan back with another video, and in this one I'm going to share with you one of the best kept secrets in online marketing, and it's a site called Tumblr.com. The reason why Tumblr is an absolute godsend when it comes to traffic and backlinks is because it allows you to get a ton of reshares and republishing for your content. So little things here like an image right here about 11:11 p.m. just looks like a dinky little image. If you look down here, 54,000 people have interacted with this image and have done something with it. And a significant portion of the people that have interacted have reblogged it onto their own blogs. So if you can imagine the amount of backlinks and traffic that are going to this image, you will finally understand how ridiculously powerful Tumblr can be for your business. The first step is actually really easy. All I want you to do is go to tumblr.com, create an account, and then create a blog that's related to the niche that you want to promote. After you've created your account and a blog that's set up in your niche, the next thing you want to do is just leave that account and leave it sit for 24 hours. The reason for this is because lots of times the Tumblr support staff will monitor your account for the first 24 hours of access, and although you'll probably be doing nothing that would be against their rules anyways, it's just wiser to stay under the radar by leaving that account for a little bit of a period of time before you start working on the next steps of this strategy. After your account is all set up, the next thing you want to do is populate your blog with content that is interesting and niche related. So in this video, I've chose to use the cannabis and marijuana niche as my example. I know that for some people watching this video, they're going to find cannabis to be a very controversial niche. But in general, when it comes to social media and especially Tumblr, the niches where people have an irrational passion for them are the ones that do the best. Because when people are incredibly passionate, whether it's very much in support or against something, they're a lot more likely to reshare or to have something to say or in some way engage with the content that you're putting forth. Don't get me wrong though, you definitely don't need a controversial niche to be successful on Tumblr. All I'm saying is that when it comes to social media, if people have a passionate thing to say or a passionate interest in your subject, they're going to be a lot more likely to reshare, which is going to really help when it comes to the next few steps of this strategy. So another example of a niche where people are incredibly passionate would be Christianity. So if you pick Christianity, for example, and you had a religious website, if you post religious stuff on Tumblr, it's going to get shared an incredibly large amount of times, which is going to mean lots of backlinks to your site. Filling your Tumblr blog with content that's interesting to people that are involved in your niche is actually really easy to do on Tumblr. All you need to do is do a quick search for your niche. In this case, it is cannabis. And then you'll be taken to a page on Tumblr where you'll see all the posts that are most interesting in that niche for the last little period of time. All you need to do to fill your blog is simply click on the reblog button that is available to you on each piece of content. So if you look on here, here's cannabis stuff that's been shared a decent amount of times, and to share it onto your blog, to post it onto your blog, all you need to do is click the reblog button, which is right here. It's right beside the heart, which is the like button. So if I see this marijuana here that I know be interested to the niche that I'm involved in, I click this reblog button here, and then it gives me an option to change the description, which is entirely up to you. And then you just click reblog, and then you'll have posted it onto your personal Tumblr blog. So I'm going to go back to my account now, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. So now this post that I just reblogged is placed onto my Tumblr blog. And so now it'll be available for anybody who goes to my blog who will see it. The reason why you want to have content on your blog that looks cool, that's interesting, and that's relevant to your niche is so that when people go to your blog, they have a reason to follow. If you don't have anything there, they still might follow you anyways, but you'll have a much more likely chance of getting people to follow you if you have interesting content available for them to see. After you have some cool content that's on your Tumblr blog, the next step is to search for your niche again. So for me, it's cannabis. And when I go here, again, I'll be taken to posts that have been reshared a reasonable amount of time. But the wonderful thing about Tumblr is that they have these little notes things here that are on the bottom left corner of each piece of content. This will actually list users on Tumblr that have liked or reblogged this content. So as you can imagine, these people that have liked or reblogged cannabis-related content are almost definitely going to be incredibly interested in cannabis, which is the niche that I'm involved in. The really cool thing is I can follow all these people that have liked or reblogged this content. But the thing about Tumblr is that you get a notification when somebody new follows you. So what ends up happening is a bunch of people that you follow will in turn end up following you back. So if you follow a ton of people, literally thousands upon thousands of people, eventually you will have a bunch of followers following you back that are interested in your niche. The one caveat to this strategy when it comes to Tumblr is that you're only allowed to follow 200 people per day. So after you have gone through and you've clicked on the notes and you've clicked on all these plus marks and started following people, after you've followed 200 people, Tumblr will not allow you to follow any more people for 24 hours, and then you're going to have to come back and follow 200 more. The other limitation for Tumblr is that you can only follow up to 5,000 people. So after you've followed 200 people for about 25 days, you'll have reached the 5,000 followers mark. When you've reached that point, you should have at least about 1,000 people that have followed you back, which means every time you post on Tumblr, you should get a good amount of reshares on the content that you post. So in this example account that I've created for this video, as you can see here, I have so far followed a little over 3,000 people. Throughout that process of following 3,000 people, a little over 1,000 people have ended up following me back. So now I have 1,000 followers. The benefit of having a Tumblr account with a bunch of followers is that every time you publish new content, you're going to have a bunch of it reshared. Now, this is where the absolute insane traffic and backlink advantages come from this strategy, is because when you actually post this content, you can attach the content with backlinks to your own websites. So for example, when I publish this post onto my Tumblr blog, this actually has a backlink attached to the image. So it goes to the own website that I own on a website with marijuana t-shirts. And also in the description of your content, you can also include a link as well. The beauty of this is anytime anybody reblogs or reshares this piece of content, it has my backlink attached. So not only do I get a backlink from my own personal Tumblr blog to my website, I get potentially hundreds upon hundreds of more backlinks from other people's blogs when it's reshared. So I posted this a few days ago, and already it has 127 people that have interacted with it. And if you look here, a good number of them have reblogged this from me. But also, if you see here, it doesn't even have to be reblogged from you. It could be reblogged from another person. So this person here reblogged it from another Tumblr member. So as you can imagine, a lot of content on Tumblr becomes viral really quickly the more and more that people reblog it. And I have other examples here as well. This picture I also published on tumblr.com, and I found it on Google somewhere. And again, I attached a backlink to a website in the cannabis niche that I own. And I also attached a backlink to the description of the content as well. It literally took me up to 10 to 20 seconds to publish this piece of content and to tag in some links into it, published it, and then bam, I have a bunch of people that have shared it on their own personal blogs and created a bunch of viral traffics and backlinks from my social account. But the beauty of this strategy is now that I have this Tumblr account, not only do I get almost instant benefits from these traffic or backlinks, anytime I publish new content on my blog, or I have a new bong that I want to show, or a new product that I want to sell, I can publish it on Tumblr and get a good amount of traffic and backlinks immediately to it with almost no work. This is why the Tumblr strategy is an absolute must-have in your arsenal. It's incredibly powerful, it's incredibly easy, and it's just so incredibly worthwhile to do. It's absolute no-brainer to take advantage of the secret that I've shown you in this video. You really need to just run with it in the niche, especially niches that people are passionate about. If you look at some of this other content published by other people, it's been shared a ridiculous amount of time. If you can imagine the amount of traffic that you can get from Tumblr, the amount of backlinks you can get from Tumblr when you put up some interesting content in your niche and you have a good amount of followers. This post, for example, of just some marijuana has been shared over 3,600 times by different, not necessarily shared, but interacted with. And a good amount of those interactions have involved resharing and reblogging and republishing onto other areas of Tumblr.